Well, folks, it seems the Gulf of Mexico has undergone a bit of a rebranding. That's right, in the United States, it's now officially known as the Gulf of America. You know, like something a child would scribble on a map with a crayon. This isn't just some wacky idea someone had after too much tequila. This name change has actually been made official within the US. Yes, really, it's true, I'm not making this up. The body of water, previously known as the Gulf of Mexico, you know, the one nestled between Mexico, Cuba and the United States, that one, it's got a new name, at least if you're looking at a US map. Apparently, Gulf of Mexico was just too boring, too geographically accurate, too something. So, as of right now, there are two names floating around. Gulf of Mexico for, you know, the rest of the world that understands basic geography, and Gulf of America for, well, America. Now, you might be wondering, who's behind this watery wordplay? Well, who else but the man who thinks he can tweet sunshine into existence? That's right, it was former President Donald Trump who set this whole thing in motion. Back in his last days in office in 2025, he signed an executive order. This executive order, like many of his pronouncements, sent shockwaves across the globe. It wasn't enough for him to slap his name on buildings. He decided to rename a massive body of water, and he did it with the stroke of a pen, like he was renaming a Subway sandwich after himself. And just to make sure this geographical switcheroo wasn't lonely, he also decided to rename North America's tallest mountain back to Mount McKinley from Denali, because why not stir up some controversy on your way out the door? It's like he was trying to make sure his legacy was as geographically confusing as possible. So, how has the world reacted to this cartographic chaos? Well, Google Maps, ever the diplomat, decided to play both sides. They've actually programmed their maps to display different names depending on where the user is located. So if you're in the US, you'll see Gulf of America, but if you're in Mexico, you'll still see Gulf of Mexico. It's like they're trying to keep everyone happy, which, let's be honest, is a fool's errand in this day and age. It's a testament to Google's coding prowess that they've managed to create a map that's simultaneously accurate and inaccurate, depending on your perspective. But it also highlights the absurdity of the situation. We're now in a world where even our maps are subject to political whims. It's enough to make you want to throw your phone in the ocean, except, of course, you wouldn't know what to call it. Now, you might be thinking, surely Mexico has something to say about this, right? And you'd be absolutely right. The Mexican government was less than thrilled about the name change, to put it mildly. They've denounced it as a violation of international law and have urged Google to reconsider its decision to even acknowledge the new name. In fact, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum even jokingly suggested renaming the US to Mexican America, which, let's be honest, would be a pretty epic power move. And let's not forget about the rest of the world. They're mostly just watching this whole thing unfold with a mixture of amusement and bewilderment. It's like watching a slow-motion train wreck, except the train is filled with maps and the wreck is happening in the middle of a very large body of water. This whole situation just goes to show you that even in the 21st century, we're still arguing about who gets to name things, and frankly, it's about as ridiculous as it sounds.